What up, CT? It's your boy Pete. Hope you're doing well, brother. Keep up the good work, man. The 65 is turning out killer. Got me out here on the weekend to do some work on the 69 chassis we're building. I wanted to say thank you to you for working with us this year, and I kind of wanted to extend an olive branch to you and your viewers. This month only, December 2022, 10% off with coupon code CT22 when checking out at aircool.com for quality Volkswagen drivetrain components. Hopefully we can supply a little holiday cheer with coupon code CT22.
They're about 7.5 center to center on all of these. Matches up almost perfect. It's getting there. Man, one-handed. Woo! That side's looking pretty sweet. Oh yeah. All right, guys, check it out. So far, so good. It's getting there. It's getting there. I can kind of see it coming together. It's pretty cool. This corner is real sweet over here, just because you can kind of see the original section here. You know, most of it's still intact. You can kind of see where it's all going to come together right there. Pretty cool. This side's a little more rough, but it's basically the same. I cut this out just because it was so bad. Once we get all this in, we're going to replace this section here. All this is going to get replaced, and we'll put a nice new section over this, seam seal it, weld it, seam seal it. It's going to look just like that. Hopefully, well, as close as we can get to the original. I'm going to keep as much of this as possible because that's original and it's in good shape. We're going to have to cut up this way, or it might even come up all the way up to the edge here. Just depends on how thin this is. All right, guys, we're going to mark all these areas that we need to take the paint off and just spend some time getting all this off. Obviously, we need to get that off. Clean this. Okay. All right, we got a couple of screws here just to kind of hold it close to where it needs to be. We can always readjust it.
Crooked.
All right, we got the cross members in there. Just put a temporary tack. One there, one over there, just kind of hold them in place while we set it down. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, let's see what we got here. It is bolted down. I hope these holes line up. Oof. Yeah, there they are. Got a little room to play. They make them a little big so you can maneuver this around a little bit. Like I said, this is just kind of sitting in place. You can see the heater channel moving here, so we got to bolt the channel back to the chassis, get it all bolted up, and then we'll start fitting all this in here. This is gonna take a little while, but you can kind of see there, this can go out a little bit and we can get these lined up. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put all the chassis bolts back on, bolt the body down so it's nice and tight. Stand by. All right, guys, we got all the pan bolts on. They're just loose right now because I want to get these kind of in place. Once these are in place, because you almost have to push the heater channel out just a tad to kind of get that one to go on. So I'm thinking keep the heater channel pan bolts loose, get this in, which this is basically, I mean, it's right there. But it feels like it just needs a little, just kind of pushing it with my foot, and you can kind of see the heater channel flexing a little bit. There's a little bit of wiggle room right there. If I can get this bolt in. And I think these are the fender bolts, but they seem to fit. So should be in the ballpark there. This side looks pretty good. All right, guys, all the chassis bolts holding the body to the chassis are installed. The body mounts are installed, and the cross members are in place and bolted down. That is pretty cool. Wow. That's a big deal. We still got a long way to go, but to be able to set the body back down on the chassis and have the cross members in place is pretty awesome. It's very exciting. Very exciting. So now we have to do some more fitment with the luggage tray. We'll get the luggage tray in here and we'll fit it a little bit more. But really, we could start really zeroing in on this cross member here. And oh, you know what? I forgot there's another bolt situation here. Oh, we gotta get that bolt in there. Stand by. All right, check it out. Forgot about this bolt here. So we got these two bolts and this bolt that hold the cross member on to the chassis. This one lines up pretty close. We can kind of move it into place here. All right, we had to really put some force into it, but we got this one. Tighten these back up. All right, we fight with that one a little bit, got it in pretty good. This one we're fighting a lot more, but I think we got it. We just had to push that hole back a little bit to get it to line up. Put a little free-all in there because I've got paint in those threads. I need to remember to, next time, leave bolts in the threads or put some tape over them or something. So we're real close on this one. We'll lube it up real good. Now the cross members are in place and they're tight. All right, guys, check it out. The bolts are in, cross members are in. Well, they're bolted in. We still have to weld them in, but you can kind of see it coming together. We're gonna get all that welded in, and we gotta make that piece there. We gotta make this piece here. But before we put any welds in, we're gonna fit the luggage compartment tray area thingamajig, and we've got a lot of fitting to do before we do any welding. So let's fit that in real quick and see how it's looking. All right, let's see how it's looking. All right, check it out. Luggage tray, Crossmembers. Oh yeah. Look at that. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. That's looking pretty cool. I can see it coming together, guys. Finally. Ooh, man, that was a lot of work. It has been a lot of work up to this point. A lot more to go, but you can kind of, you start feeling like, yeah, you know, it's coming. It's coming. All right. A lot of fitting, a lot of kind of just, you know, massaging it into place. But basically, we'll get some tack screws, kind of fit everything, get everything fit where it needs to be. We're not going to put any welds in yet. Just going to use screws here and there, maybe even experiment with some clecos, and kind of just get everything into place and kind of find a sweet spot for everything. Like, see how this side's lining up real sweet. This is behind the bolt. Everything seems to be like where it needs to be. That bolt hole lined up really nice. And then for some reason on this side, this is sticking out a little bit over the bolt, right? So we got to get this pushed back. Something's probably blocking it, keeping it from going all the way back. So we got to find the sweet spot there. You can kind of see it kind of fell into place there. But there's going to be a lot of that. Finding the sweet spot, screwing it in, and hopefully getting all that figured out fairly quickly. And then once everything is in its sweet spot, then I think what we'll do, we'll put a couple tacks in the very back of the luggage tray in the engine bay. We'll put some tacks here, boom, 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 and just kind of start feeling it out, putting a couple here and there until it all starts coming together. But yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. I'm real happy with that, man. It took a lot of work just to get to that point. Let's test fit that rear fender. All right, guys, check it out. The fender bolts line up. There's the one that's on the cross member. It is right there. Boom. There it is. Right through the hole. Put a bolt on it, washer, boom. It's in there. So let's go ahead and start here. This is the outside of the cross member connecting to the heater channel. And we're gonna weld this together right here. All right, guys, check it out. That's looking pretty good. We'll hit it with the grinder, clean it up a little bit, and we'll leave it like that for now. When we get it back off the chassis, we'll be able to get up underneath there more, under this area and up under here, and we'll be able to get all that welded in real nice. I just wanted to get it, give it enough stability so we could get it off the chassis and get up underneath it. So I think that's pretty good for now, for the outside. Let's grind it down a little bit, see what it looks like. Actually, let me fill this in real quick and then we'll grind it down. That's better. Can always add more if we need to. Metal is clay. That's what they say. All right, let's grind this down, make it look pretty. See what we're working with here. All right, guys, check it out. It's looking pretty good. Like I said, we can always add more to it if we need to. Once we get it back off the chassis, we can get a closer look underneath. But that is on there. That's all gonna get covered with seam sealer anyway, so the welds do not have to be perfectly ground down. I just knocked the tops off of them real quick. It's looking good. All right, this side's looking good. I went ahead and did the passenger side. That's looking good. It's all tied in. I had to cut a little bit of this out to get this bolt to fit right, but we can put a little patch here if we need to. And seam seal in there, it'll be good. Let's go inside and get some welds on this part of the heater channel, on this part of the cross member, all of that. We'll get all of that welded in. Stand by. You know what's cool about having a luggage tray in there? You can put all your tools on it. Yeah, baby. All right, guys. Let's start welding in those cross members. I'm excited. This is so freaking cool. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll start off a little cool and go hotter if we need to. Actually, let's do the opposite. Let's go a little hot, go cooler if we need to. I'm usually right around 7 on my wire speed. C is good if both metals are solid and not thin or rusted out. B is good if you got a little bit of thin metal or rust for this particular model. Let's see if we can get a ground off a magnet. Hopefully you guys can see. My head might be in the way a little bit. I apologize. It's tight in here. A lot of sharp edges in here too. Ow. All right, do we have a ground? Let's see. Yep. Ow. It's hot. Oh yeah, first weld on the inside. The crossmember. The crossmember and heater channel united. That's a pretty nice weld too. Alright, let's keep going. Alright guys, I apologize if my head's right in the way. I'll try to move you around a little bit here in a second. I'm just tapping these to try to get them as close together as possible. Pull that out in a minute. I guess that magnet's working pretty good as a ground. Ooh, that's hot. Yeah. The heat from that weld is pretty hot. That's looking pretty sweet. Let's get the rest of it in there. All right, we're probably gonna have to turn the heat down because this is thin. This original metal is pretty thin, and we kind of need to mate that with the new stuff. Let's see what happens. So I'm starting on the good metal and just easing my way over into the old, and it seems to be working pretty good. All right, guys, check it out. This corner is pretty much in. We're gonna make a patch for here later, and we'll put a little patch right here. I just wanted to get the main part connected so that we could get the body back off the chassis and finish up all this detail work. Let's get this one going. Let's get this side in and do some more fitting. Maybe we'll put a couple tacks here in the center to hold the centerpiece together. Let's do it. right guys, we're getting there. Oh yeah. Stay tuned. Woo! That side's looking pretty sweet. Oh yeah.